Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabbat. Shalom, Yahweh Shema, Thamba Shem Shai to you sisters. I.S.U.P.K. coming on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Saying, let me get it together right now on TikTok too, right? Try to get this together right now. Today's class, we're going to touch on about Esau, man. Who's Esau, right? The origin of Esau. All right, we're going to go into where Esau come from. I'm saying who they is today. Salakia. Yeah, we're gonna go into who Esau is today, where they come from. I'm saying where they come from, why they're so significant to the Bible until also today's time, right? Once again with I.S.U.P.K, I'm Officer Apayat. I'm saying we're out in Phoenix, Arizona, specifically 12416 North 28 Drive, 12416 North 28 Drive. I'm saying you can't miss us with I.S.U.P.K, Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, right? And we teach gathering of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, right? It's kind of like we're gathering under the umbrella of the Bible, and where we are in the Bible. In fact, everyone's in the Bible. I'm saying you name them. So-called Caucasians are in the Bible. Asians are in the Bible. Every race of people is in the Bible, right? But today, we call them. You won't find like Asia. You won't find like the Chinese. You won't find like black people. You know what I'm saying? These are all bywords, right? Words that were created by in our time as it's passed through time. Words that are created to diminish or differentiate a certain type of people, right? So in today's class, once again, we're going to touch on to Esau, who Esau is. I'm saying and where he come from, right? Now, to touch on the Esau, we have to go back to the beginning of time, right? And I'm going to go all the way back to, and if you, once again, if you have a Bible out there, you want to follow along, you can find us in the King James version of the Bible. That's the KJV 1611, right? We're at Genesis chapter 4. The reason why we read out of the King James Bible because it's the oldest Bible. I'm saying it's the Bible they say is all hard, it's hard to read or it's difficult to understand. In I.S.U.P.K, we break it down to you so you can understand that Bible, right? So I'm gonna jump right into it. This is Genesis, the 4th chapter, right? And it says, Genesis 4 says, and Abraham knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived. That knew is old English for Abraham, like he knew Eve. Like it's like myself, like I knew my wife, right? And then we conceive a child. What does that mean? It means that they lay together and they had a baby together, right? So he said Abraham knew Eve. So he took Eve to be his wife, right? He knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. So this is the beginning. You may be asking yourself, if we're going to touch on Esau, why are we going into Cain? I'm going to give you an example and why Cain and Esau is the same person, right? I'm going to off of just share the Bible's based off of spirits, right? I'm going to show you just off straight spirit alone why Cain and Esau is the same person, right? So once again, I'm going to keep going for you. I'm keep going for you. This is once again Genesis, the 4th chapter, and it says, and Abraham knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. Verse 2. And she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of the sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. So there, right again, as we know, Cain and Abel, there's a clear differential between Cain and Abel right there, right? So let's keep going. The tiller of the ground. It says, verse 4 says, verse 3, Salakia, and in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought the fruit of the ground and offering unto the Lord. So we all know that Cain, instead of bringing meat, as they say, like Abel, his brother did, Cain brought what? He brought food of the ground. That's the reason why he was rejected by the Most High, right? If anybody know, once again, anything about the Bible just knows this. There's nothing on the face of the earth that is bound to happen that have not happened before. Right? Everything that we're living in today is the book has already been written. If anybody understand the Bible, the book of life has already been written already. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not in the book of life, no matter what you do, you would never fall. You always going to fall short of that salvation because you're not written in the book of life. It is what it is, right? And now we're talking about, once again, this is about touching into who Esau is, and that's what we're going to jump into, right? Verse 4 says, and Abel, he also brought the firstling of his flock and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. So right then and there, the Most High is telling you that he favors Abel's offering, but he did not favors Cain's offering, right? Because Cain brought fruits. Once again, I said to anybody, if you ask yourself this question, which one costs more? In today's time, they say the fruit will cost more, like vegetables cost more than it costs more to eat healthier than it is to eat like unhealthy, right? To eat like meat and all that stuff. The reason being is because there's so much of abundance of meat. Back then there was abundance of fruits, right? So the meat was very what's the word I'm looking for? Meat was very important back then, or kind of like meat was cost a lot back then, right? Meat is what mattered back then. So the fact that Abel brought his meat, he actually brought meat unto the Lord, whereas Cain, he chose to bring what? He brought fruit, right? Something that the average man in the poorest of the poor can bring onto the Most High. Verse 5 says, but unto Cain, Slack, if y'all hold on for a minute, hold on. Salakia is Hebrew for excuse me. I'm saying Salakia on that, man. So once again, right? So we're gonna jump right back into it. Is that front? Is it locked? Front is locked? Yeah, come on. But it says, verse 5 says, but unto Cain and his offering he had no respect, and Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. Meaning Cain was very upset, right? He was very upset. He was his countenance. You see a person's face, their whole attitude change. Like that's how Cain reacted, right? After he saw the Most High did not accept his offering, but he accepted his brother's offering, being in Abel, right? And verse 6 says, and the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? Like, what's your problem? What's your issue? Why are you so upset? You know what I'm saying? That's what the Most High said to him. Verse 7 says, if thou does well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou does not well, sin lieth at the door. The Most High is basically saying that you reap what you sow, right? Whatever you put out there is what you're going to get in. Like whatever it's a saying that goes, what a man sows what he shall reap. See, what Cain didn't understand was what he put out there was nothing, damn near to nothing. Once again, we said this class is all about, man, who Esau is, right? And we're going to touch into the reason why we're starting at Cain. I'm going to show you why Cain and Esau is both the same person, right? Because of the spirit. Verse 7 says, if thou does... Yeah, go ahead. You read it out.
Genesis 4:7. If thou doest well,
right,
shalt thou not be accepted?
If you cannot, come sit up here so they can hear you. Pick one, whichever one you want. Sit on this side or this side.
Genesis 4:7. Mm-hmm. If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door.
Sin lieth at the door, right? By his offering that Cain brought to the Most High, he showed himself to be, he didn't believe in the Most High for real, right? His spirit was not with the Most High. Cain's spirit was not with the Most High, right? Keep going for me.
Okay. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him.
And what shall rule over him?
His desire.
His desire shall rule over him. Cain desired that meat. That's the reason why he didn't want to give it up. He desired that meat. That meat meant more to him than the Most High. So because it meant more to him than the Most High, he refused to give it up to the Most High, even though the Most High is the reason why he didn't have the meat to begin with, right? But there's a lot of people don't understand. That's a part of life. Like what Cain and Abel was going through, that's what we go through here in life today. It seems so like absolutely, man. Like what's the word I'm looking for? It seemed like as terrible as your life is, right? It seemed like, man, it can't go any lower than this. It absolutely can. It absolutely can, man. The Most High is keeping you afloat. As bad as things may be, it seemed to you. As things may seem absolutely terrible to you, but trust me, God is keeping you afloat, right? Go ahead.
Going on. Verse 8. And Cain talked with Abel, his brother.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him.
And what?
And slew him.
And what?
And slew him.
And slew him. Now, we're going to stop right there, or we're going to jump into, I think it's the one in 2nd Ezra, man, if I'm not mistaken. I had it right there. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 9, right? Once again, we're going to touch on who Abel is, who Esau is, right? And why Esau and Cain, right? We're starting off at Cain. We're going to show you why Cain and Esau is the same person, right? That's what we're touching into today, man. Hey, man, y'all share this, man. Once again, we're the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We're the ones they call, what they say, the Black Israelites or whatnot. I'm saying what we do is we teach that the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the Israelites according to the Bible, right? And what we do is we try to gather the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians under one umbrella, and that umbrella is the Bible, right? The umbrella of the Bible of code and conduct and ethics and morals and how we should live our life. And the reason why we're in the condition that we're in today is because we're going away from this right here, right? That's what we teach here in the I.S.U.P.K. You know what I'm saying? And today's class, like I said before, and once again, if you want to know where we're at, we're in Arizona, right? We're 12416 North 28 Drive, 12416 North 28 Drive. I'm saying you can find us I.S.U.P.K, Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Type it into your Google Maps and you'll be able to find us, man. You come down if you Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians get in class. You got it from me out?
6 and 9?
Yeah, go ahead.
The book of 2nd Ezra, in the Apocrypha, chapter 6, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
For Esau is the end of the world.
For Esau is the who?
The end of the world.
For Esau is who?
The end of the world.
For Esau is the end of the world, right? For Esau is the end of the world. If you want to start anywhere, if you want to know how God feel about Esau, that verse alone, I'm going to show you one that's even better than that one, right? The whole Bible is good, right? But I'm going to show you one that's cut straight to the point and show you how the Most High completely feel about Esau, right? But he said Esau is the what?
For Esau is the end of the world.
Now, give me Romans 9:13 now.
Oh, God.
Give me Romans chapter 9, verse 13. Now, we just read that Esau, right, is the end of the world. Once again, you won't find black, you won't find white, you won't find Chinese, you won't find African. These terms and names, these are bywords. You won't find those in the Bible. The Bible is going to give you by your original name. The original name for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians in the Bible is Israelites. We're the Israelites according to the Bible, right? If anybody know anything about the Israelites, God said, promised the Israelites will be taken into slavery with ships. You find that in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68, right? God said he would take the, all right, is it
64? 64.
Is it 64?
I'm going 68.
Isn't okay. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64, is it? I'm gonna pull that. I'm gonna double check on that. I want to say it's 68, but the brother's saying it's Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse.
Oh, it's like I said it.
Yeah, verse 68. Yeah, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. No, sorry. You find that where the Most High said he be taking the children of Israel, right, who are blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, because a lot of the Native American Indians was taken into slavery. That's what a lot of people don't know. The what people call North American Indians and a lot of the Aztecs and the Arawak Indians and all of them all over the Caribbean islands, all of them was also taken into slavery, right? And the Seminole Indians down in Florida, they were taken into slavery.
Gotcha, if I could.
Go ahead.
Even history books said that was the beginning of the transatlantic slave trade.
That was the beginning of the transatlantic con. You know what I'm saying? Those people were taken into slavery also. That's why you got to come into the I.S.U.P.K. where we could teach you the Bible front and back. Once again, you find us at 128, 124, 16 North 28 Drive. We're in Phoenix, Arizona. You know what I'm saying? I'm Officer Al-Fayat. I'm saying, go ahead and read that from Yat. Romans chapter 9, verse 16. Romans 9 and 12. Salakia.
13?
13, yeah. Romans 9 and 13.
The book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved.
Jacob have I what?
Have I loved.
Jacob have I loved, right? Go ahead.
But Esau have I hated.
Esau have I what?
Hated.
Have I hated. God said he hates Esau in the Bible. If anybody ever try to tell you anything like when they say, oh, there's no such thing as hate in the Bible, that is a lie. Ask them to go to Romans chapter 9, verse 13. Romans 9 and 13 clearly tell you that God hates, right? Now, people say, well, no, God just hates the things that you do. He don't actually hate you. Here's what God, read it again. Now, the brother, read it again for you. Go ahead.
The book of Romans.
And follow home if you have to. We're reading out of the King James Bible, right? The Bible that everyone says is difficult to read, that you won't be able to break down or define. I'm going to show you in the King James Bible that I.S.U.P.K, we can not only break it down, but we can go in there and show you what God said he hates in Romans chapter 9, verse 13. Go ahead.
Come on. Romans chapter 9, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved.
As it is written. Where is it written? In the Old Testament, right? We're going to go into where Esau and Jacob first begin. You find that in Genesis, the 25th chapter, right? Where he says, Jacob have I loved. As it is written, Jacob have I loved. Go ahead.
But Esau have I hated.
But Esau have I hated. Esau is a person. Esau is a generation, a bloodline of people. We call it Edomites today. God said he hates them. Not my own words, God words, right? This is God words. Keep going.
Come on. Verse 14. What shall we say then?
In verse 14, God said, what shall we say then? Right? Because everyone's going to say, well, God is wrong for hating. How can you hate? You created Esau. That's not right. God said, what shall we say then? Go ahead.
Is there unrighteousness with God?
Is there unrighteousness with God? Is God wrong for hating Esau? God answers his own question. Go ahead.
God forbid.
Hell no. God forbid. God forbid. What is the point of being all power and God and overseer and king of the earth and power of all power, right? What's the point of being the Alpha and Omega if you cannot love one and hate the other one? You should be able to love who you want to love and hate who you want to hate. If you're Alpha and Omega, so that's what God is saying. God is saying, for Jacob have I loved and Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Who's for you to tell God that he cannot love one and hate the other one? Now you get a better understanding why the war that we're living today is in such a uproar, right? It's such terror and blood and guts and such killing and hardship. The other day there was a story of a grown man. He raped I think she was a 4-year-old girl. What can a 4-year-old girl? I mean, what can she possibly do to entice you? Huh? There has to be a demon on someone like that. But to show you how the type of world that we live in today, right? And now what we do in the I.S.U.P.K is we go in the Bible and we show you why the world is what it is today and how the Christian church is lying to you. The Catholic church is lying to you, right? Islam is lying to you. We go into the Bible and we show you the truth of the Bible, right? Keep going for me, huh?
Come on. Verse 15. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
Hear what God said. God said, he said unto Moses, I'm going to have mercy on whom I want to have mercy. I'm going to have mercy for who I want to have mercy. And I will have compassion for who I want to have compassion for. And I do not want to have compassion for Esau. Now you should ask yourself, who is Esau? And why is God has such a vendetta against Esau? Now we're going to show you Esau right now. Let's get a book. The book of Genesis, chapter 25th chapter, right? I think it's Genesis 25, and I want to say you start at like 21, where Christ was. Or no, in fact, let's start at Genesis. Let's get it in Genesis. Let's get it in Genesis.
Verse 23.
Verse 23. Come on, yeah, let's get it. Verse 23.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 23.
Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
Now, if you know anything about the Bible, this right here is a man by the name of Isaac, right? This is Isaac speaking. I mean, this is Isaac. Story of Isaac right here. Isaac and his wife. Don't forget, Isaac's wife, she went and sought to the Most High, right? She went and called unto God and said, please, like, allow me to have a child for my husband. I mean, which woman, you're married to a man? Like, that's in itself, that's a part of being feminine to a woman, right? It kind of hurts a woman's soul when she can't bear children, right? So she went on to the Most High because she was barren. She's like, why am I not able to have children? So she went on to the Most High and said, please allow me to have children. And said, I want to be able to have children. I want to be able to bring my husband children. I mean, that's a tough thing for a woman. I definitely understand because, like, that's a part of being feminine, right? It's part of being a woman. What's the point of being a woman if you can't have children? So she went and besought to the Most High and she wanted to have children, right? So here's what the answer was. Go ahead. Say, start from the top again.
Come on. Book of Genesis 25, verse 23.
Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
2 nations in our womb. So God, then if you go back and read the story, God blessed her to have children. Not only 1 children, she had 2 children in her womb. She had twin children in her womb. You can find this in Genesis, the 25th chapter, verse 23, right? We're starting at verse 23, but you can read up to the top of the chapter. So now God blessed her. She had twins in her womb. With she having twins in her womb, she had all type of pain. Any woman that have children before, just imagine like the having twins in your womb, and she's having the most ridiculous, like, what do you call it? Like labor pains, like terrible pains this woman is having, right? So she said unto the Most High, if this is supposed to be a blessing, you're blessing me with this, why am I going through so much pain? God's reply to her was 2 nations are in your womb, right? 2 nations, 2 different people. Go ahead.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated.
And 2 manner of people shall be what?
Shall be separated.
Shall be what?
Separated.
She had 2 different people in your womb. 2 people that will be separated. They won't be one. They'll be separated. They won't be brothers, right? You would think it's twins, right? When you bring twins into the earth, you're supposed to have their brothers and sisters, right? Or 2 brothers or 2 sisters. But God is saying, no, they won't be brothers and sisters. 2 different nations are in your womb. You're giving birth to 2 manner of people. Go ahead.
From thy bowels.
Go ahead.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
1 people shall be stronger than the other people. Go ahead.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
And the elder, the oldest to come out, the first to come out, shall serve the younger that came out. If anybody know anything about the Bible, that's kind of an oxymoron. Because how the Bible works is like this. The younger, the oldest brother or the oldest daughter, whatever it may be, the younger ones are supposed to serve the oldest ones. Does that make sense? I'm sure you'll be able to understand that, right? It's always the younger ones serve the older ones, meaning that the younger one is to listen to the older brothers, listen to the older sisters. You're supposed to do as you're told, you know what I'm saying? But God is flipping it upside down. He's saying that, no, the younger shall rule over the older one. You should ask yourself, why is God doing this? All right? Keep going from here.
Okay. Verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
And then when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
Now, when the day comes for her to give birth, there were twins in her womb. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 25. And the first came out red, all over like in hairy garment.
So the first one to come out, the first baby that came out, remember the prophecy. The prophecy was the older shall serve the younger. God is saying the first came out what?
All out red.
First came out red. Once again, first came out red. Keep going.
All over like in hairy garment.
So not only was he red, he was a hairy baby, right? She gave birth to a what do you want to call monkey? Salaki, I mean, like in all retrospect, right? She gave birth to like a beast in all retrospect. The first came out, don't forget, these are 2 different people now, right? The first came out red. Go ahead.
And they called his name Esau.
And they called his name what?
Esau.
They called his name what?
Esau.
They called his name Esau. The first that came out was Esau. Here he gets Esau again, right? Keep going.
Okay, verse 26. And after that came his brother out.
After that came his what?
His brother out.
Came his brother out. Let me ask you a question. If anybody's intelligent out there, you see how they described the first one, right? Why did they not describe the second one?
Answer if I could, sir.
Go ahead.
His appearance was not like everybody else's.
That's why they right. That's common sense. The reason why they described the first one is because the first one came out was like astonishing, like holy, crap, what is this? You know what I'm saying? They're like, what is this? The reason why I didn't describe the second one looked like the parents did. Look, the second one looked like the parents look. I want to show you in the Bible where there's color people in the Bible. You find that in Jeremiah, the 14th, verse 2, where he said, Judah mourneth, and the real Jews will be mourning in the last days, for they are black unto the ground. If anybody know anything about the ground, the soil of the dirt that we come from, right? It started out with the dirt. When you pick the dirt up, it's like a brown, like a my type brown, probably like a lighter. And then the deeper you dig in the ground, is the darker the dirt gets, the soil gets, right? So they said Esau is black unto the ground. I mean, Esau carried the same color as the ground, right? But we're gonna get even more in depth in what Esau and Jacob actually look like. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it from you. Like, so we're gonna get it. We're gonna get in a little bit more in depth for you what Esau and Jacob actually look like, right? Keep going for me on that. Once again, today's class with I.S.U.P.K. coming on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, on the Commandant General YAHANNA. So you find us we're in Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Officer Apayat. We're at 12416 North 28 Drive. That's 12416 North 28 Drive. And I.S.U.P.K. So you'll be able to see us on a billboard out there. Keep going for me out.
Genesis 25, verse 26. Mm-hmm. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel.
And his hand took hold on to what?
Esau's heel.
Now, once again, right? Don't forget, this woman, she was having labor pains, hardcore labor pains she was having, right? And she having labor pains, she was told there's 2 different nations in her womb. Those children were fighting in the womb. They were fighting so much so the first one that came out, as he's coming out, they're noticing that there's the other one as his hand on the heel of the other baby. Astonishing, right? They're like, man, these two babies are at odds. Like the younger one coming out is damn near holding on to the older one. He's trying to pull him back in because he's trying to come out, right? They've been fighting in the womb, right? Keep going.
And his name was called Jacob.
And his name was called what?
It was called Jacob.
And his name was called Jacob, right? Once again, we're in Genesis, the 25th chapter. We're reading on Esau and Jacob. Who is Esau and Jacob is today? Specifically, today's class is all about Esau and who they are today, right? Keep going.
And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
And who?
And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
They're saying that Isaac, right? Isaac, the man, the father, he was 80 years old when his wife bare children. If anybody know anything about the Bible, each square in the Bible is 20 years. So if he was 3 square old, 20 times 3 is 60. He was 60 years old when his wife gave birth to twins, right? That's what the Bible is talking about. Once again, told you already, you're not going to get any knowledge like this outside of the I.S.U.P.K. I.S.U.P.K. is the top scholar in the world on the Bible. We're the only one that's going to break it down to you, tell you the truth of the Bible, whether we like it, understand it, or not. We're going to tell you the truth of the Bible. We're going to basically break the Bible down to you where you understand why your life in such a shamble the way it is, right? What laws you're not following, the reason why, the high blood pressure that we go through as black and Hispanic people. The Bible tell you there's a dietary law you should be eating in the Bible. The Bible tell you all the way down to a moral law, how a sister should treat another sister, how a brother should treat another brother, right? And the reason why we're in the condition that we're in today is because we went away from these laws, statutes, and commandments. And what I.S.U.P.K. do is we get you back right. We check you, right? Each and every one of us, we came into school, we was checked and we was corrected. And our lives start to be changed for the good. And that's what we want to do. We want to bring your life for the good also. Keep going for me. If you can, jump down to where, in fact, give me, let's get, jump down to Genesis. In fact, give me a little bit more on that if you can. Give me a little bit more on that.
Come on, sir.
The whole Malachi 1 and 5 for me. Yeah, Malachi chapter 1, verse 5. Malachi chapter 1, verse 5. So you're going to hold that one for me too. Once again, if you're online, man, I want you to like and share the video, man. Like and share the video if y'all can. Let's get more brothers and sisters in class. So if you're in Arizona, look us up online, man. I.S.U.P.K. Arizona. I'm saying look us up. We teach classes, man. Every Tuesday through Friday, we're teaching classes. And on Friday, we give you the Hebrew class. I'm saying the Hebrews are original language that black people spoke when coming off that slave ship. I'm saying that's the reason why if any you see like the songs, all of our Negro spirituals that we were singing, things like what is it? Hallelujah. I'm saying Hallelujah, Kumbaya, swing low, sweet chariot, coming to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot. Our people was singing, they was speaking out of the Bible, man. I'm saying that was the Bible that was speaking, because they understand that the people's calling the chariots. They understand the chariots will come and get us one day. When people call it UFOs, the I.S.U.P.K, we call them the IFOs. They're identified. We know who they are. They're the chariots of God. Christ is coming back with his angels to take over this world. I'm saying which absolutely belongs to him. I'm telling you, the Bible is very real. They're putting you in all the movies they're putting into you. All right, all your movies, they're putting in all your movies. Man, I lost damn near half my audience when I said that. The chariots are coming down. You lost half the audience. Like that's fine. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? But that's true. You know what I'm saying? If whether you understand it or not, man, I hate to tell you once again, I.S.U.P.K, we hold no favorites. We're gonna tell you the truth. Chariots are very real. Chariots are absolutely real, man. I'm telling you right now, they're real. I'm saying, and who are those chariots? It's Christ coming back with his angels to redeem the children of Israel, right? To take back the children of Israel, which belongs to him, right?
Gotcha. Like here on chariots, real quick, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you think that we lying, your government knows that it's real. That's why they come out with the Space Force.
Right. I'm saying, think about it. Let me ask you this question. Exactly. Let me ask you this question. Right now, U.S. government right now, right, is spending billions and trillions of dollars, right, building war what do you call them, war guns or what do they call them again,
rail guns,
war crafts, and setting up satellites out of space to fight who? Why would you need to be creating a whole satellite like laser laser gun satellite, whatever the hell they call it? Why do they need to do that out of space for? To fight against who? Who's America getting ready to fight against this that's coming out of space that they're so afraid of? Right? They obviously believe that chariots exist because they're getting ready for a fight. Right? If you look at Independence Day and all the movies, they're fighting against each other. The whole world is fighting against each other. And what happened is a supernatural being is coming out of the sky. And that's when they come together, rally all together now. The whole world come together. And now they're fighting against a supernatural being that's coming from the sky. They're planning on fighting against Christ. Whether you understand it, like it or not, like that is the truth. They're planning on fighting against Jesus Christ is coming back, right? We'll call YAHWH in the school. In the Hebrew, his name is YAHWH, right? But since you know him as Jesus Christ, we just say the word Jesus Christ, right?
That's if I could, you know what I'm saying? That's right. That's saying you don't spend that kind of money or invest that kind of time in something unless you know for sure you're getting ready to fight something. You don't build ships for the sea unless you know you're going to be fighting that sea.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You build a tent because you know you're going to be fighting on land.
Right.
You build spaceships and weapons for space because you're preparing to fight in space.
Right. You would think, right? Why not just build some top-notch new aircrafts? Why do you need to be building laser beams and bombs, right? That's out of space, right? Unless you're planning on fighting out of space. If so, who are you planning on fighting out of space?
Not each other.
Not each other, right? Surely you won't be fighting each other out of space. No, they're getting ready to fight Christ. That's who they're getting ready to fight. This world is absolutely disobedient. Esau ruled this earth, right? The red man ruled this earth, according to God. Keep going up.
Okay, just look at Genesis chapter 25, verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter.
Esau was a cunning hunter. So now we're getting some characteristics of Esau. Esau is a cunning hunter, right? Go ahead.
A man of the field.
A man of the field. So Esau loved to hunt, right? He loves to hunt. He loves to go out there and kill an animal and eats the heart and take the animal's head and put it on his wall. Esau loved to do those things, right? That's Esau. He loves his. We're going to go a little more into it. Esau also loved his red meat. Esau loved his red meat, right? He loved like his meat to be uncooked, meaning that he likes to eat his meat. What's it? Rare, right? Medium rare with the blood still running out of it. Esau likes that, right? Keep going.
Okay. And Jacob was a plain man.
Jacob was a what?
A plain man.
Jacob was a plain man, right? He said Jacob was a absolutely plain man. He was a simple man.
Dwelling in tents.
Dwelling in tents. So he's telling you right off the bat, like all Jacob like to do is Jacob's like to just kick in the house, man. He likes to kick it on the porch. You know what I'm saying? He just likes to chill. Like Jacob, you know what I mean? He like to chill. He don't be doing like his brother Esau like to do. He just like a chill, man. He don't like to be bothered by nobody. No one bother me, you know what I mean? He won't bother nobody. That's Jacob's type of attitude, right? Right?
Yeah. That's you can tell that today between us and the so-called white man. White man loves, like you said, loves to go hunting.
We don't want to reveal it to them who they.
Oh,
yeah. No, it's no sweat. It's no sweat. It's no sweat. Yeah,
that's what he loves. He loves to hunt. He loves, you know, what I'm saying, like to throw the face paint on and the camouflage and sit and wait for that perfect shot on whatever animal he hunting.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, you're right, brother. You know what I'm saying, their time is up. Their time is up. We got that. You know what I'm saying, that's what it is. Their time is up, man. It's coming to that end. You know what I'm saying, it's due time that the black man, we take back the power, this earth, that which belongs to us anyway. You know what I'm saying, Hispanic man, which belongs to us. It's time, man. That's really what it is. It's time, like, you know, it is what it is. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American rule this earth. You cannot look at boxing. All the great champions have been blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, specifically black and Hispanics. Our Hispanic brothers rule soccer. Forget about it. They rule soccer. I'm saying you see what's his name? Neymar and down in Mexico, Chicharito and all them guys. Like our people rule soccer. You know what I'm saying, all the great sport. We're number one in everything. In everything, we're number one. You know what I'm saying, so it's due time that we take back our power, man, which belongs to us anyway. You know what I'm saying, you got one for me, Malachi?
Yeah. So, 1 and 5.
Come on, 1 and 5. Come on. Malachi 1, chapter 1, verse 5.
The book of Malachi, chapter
1, verse 3. Salakia, for 1, verse 3.
Okay. Book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 3.
Right.
And I hated Esau.
And I who?
And I hated Esau.
And I what?
And I hated Esau.
Once again, here goes that I hated Esau. All through the Bible, you're going to find I hated Esau. You know what I'm saying? God have every right to hate Esau, man. Esau, who have killed more people than Esau? Go look at the Esau. Like, give me the one in the Apocrypha where we talk about Alexander the Great. You know, the Esau derived from Alexander the Great, and them derived from Esau. Esau carried the emblem of the eagle. I'm saying, we're gonna jump right into it. Esau carried the emblem of the eagle, man. Right? That bald eagle. That's who Esau is. Esau is, you thought Alexander the Great carried that same eagle, and who else carried that eagle today? America carried that emblem of the eagle today. You know what I'm saying, that's been Esau's symbol from the beginning. Just like a what do you call, like the shield is Isaac's what is it called? What's the word? What word I'm looking for? Satchel. Right? That's like a stamp, like
his seal.
His seal, like, right? Esau's seal is the eagle. That's always been the eagle. They pass it down through generation through generation, from the Greeks, the Romans, like all the way to America today. Right? Go ahead.
So you want to first, Maggie was talking about Alexander?
Yeah, go ahead. Or if you want to, give me the one and finish reading the one in Malachi.
The book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 3.
Right.
And I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
And I hated Esau, and laid his what?
And laid his mountains.
His mountains, go ahead.
And his heritage.
And his heritage, right? His children, go ahead.
Waste.
Go ahead.
For the dragons of the wilderness.
For the dragons of the wilderness, man. That the fowls eat their bodies, man. Kill them off, the fowls eat their bodies. Once again, the I.S.U.P.K, we're not encouraging violence on any group of people. All we're doing is we're coming out of the Bible and we're giving you the truth of the Bible. And we're going to tell you straight up. I'm saying I.S.U.P.K, we ain't afraid to. I'm saying, here's what the Most I say. Let me explain to you. Here's what the Most I say. It's a time for everything. It's a time for love, a time for war. I'm saying, and it's also the time that we're in right now. It's predominantly time for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians to start coming back together. So that means when a time for war comes, we'll be prepared, because we'll be together when the time to war comes. Believe me, and it's coming. It is coming. It's due time. I.S.U.P.K has been trying to scream that now for what? Since 69, we've been screaming that, man. That we have to come together. The Hispanic man, I'm saying, the black man, you need the Hispanic man. The Hispanic man, you need the black man. Whether y'all like it, understand it, or not. Racism is a team sport. I'm going to repeat it again.
Right.
Racism is a team sport. Either you play together or you lose by default.
That's
That's just steal something from Captain damn. I can't get Cap's name right now, man. But I'm saying racism is a team sport though. Hey, Lord Christ, who's that? Oh no sweat. It's not getting that lights, man. No sweat. Nah, he good on that, man. Hey, Yahweh. I'm saying racism is a team sport. Either you play together or you lose if you do not play together by default. You have to be together. And you cannot tell me that it's a bad thing. How so? When you have races of people who have used that same logic, you know what I'm saying? And they have ruled the earth. They have ruled the earth from being that way. They've gathered themselves together. The Asians have gathered themselves together. Arabs have gathered themselves together. The largest set of illegal aliens here in America is who? Chinese. If you didn't know, go look it up. Whether you like it or understand it, that is the truth. The Chinese. Give you one better, they don't even speak English. But yet still, they come after my Hispanic brothers. For what? That's what you know it's a perpetual hatred they got against the Hispanic brothers. It's an absolutely perpetual hatred. A terrible hatred they got for the Hispanic brothers. I'm telling them right now, whether they like it, understand it, or not, Kabbalah, blacks and Hispanics in that time comes when you put our back against the wall, we're forced to come together. Is a dark day coming to America. Dark times are coming to America because you give the children of Israel, you force us into a corner. We have nothing but the Gideons and the men of valor now. We're going to rise and we're going to come together and we're going to learn to take care of each other. The Hispanic man is going to look out for the black man. The black man is going to look out for the Hispanic man. When it comes time for you to rally up the Hispanic man and you want to send them back to Mexico, we're telling them this. Make sure you come and take us too because you're not taking our brothers. Yep. You're not taking our brothers. That is a fact. I'm saying you got something for us? So I got a preset. Go ahead. Come closer so they can hear you.
Come on, sir. Go ahead. This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 10. And it reads, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Right.
To build on what the officer is saying right now, the Caucasian race, the oppressor that the Bible speaks of, Esau, the descendants of Cain, they will be cut off forever. The Bible will record their origination, their existence, and their extinction.
Right.
And every nation on the face of this planet will know exactly why and who did it.
Right. So and it's warned. Don't forget, the Most High is not doing this for the color of anybody's skin. I'll tell you right now, we have Israelites that are as light as give me a light as name one of them like light as some of them like country, but I mean
also
some of them are Cameron Diaz, some of them as dark as Akon, I'm saying even darker than that. I'm saying this has nothing to do with this. This is not a color thing. We're not a simple people. Understand that we're a bloodline of people, man. Bloodline of people, and according to God, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians come from one father.
That's right.
From one father, 4 women, but one father, and we all come from one seed, and that seed created us, and we are brothers according to God. That's the reason why the same conversation we have it in English. Our brothers are having in Spanish.
Right.
They have the same conversation in Spanish. Like, it's no different. The same music we like the same food. You cannot tell me. You cannot tell me. Like, what they call them? What's that soup that Israelite brothers be drinking, man? That like sopa. Oh my God. Well, I taste that for the first. I couldn't believe it. I'm saying them tacos. I'll tell you one thing. I personally think consomme, yeah? Consomme. I'm saying or one of them Ephraimite brothers, man, the Puerto Rican brothers be eating. I'm telling you, like, think about it. The same food they eat, and they love and adore so much. We love and adore. Like, we love that too. We love it. Like, I ain't gonna lie, tacos. Like, I'm telling you, there's nothing more than tequilas and tacos. Like, I'm telling you, or a good burrito,
tacos,
a Mexican. Oh my! See, I like flour tortillas. Like, when them brothers know how to do, I know how they do it, but I love them flour tortillas. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Get your Instagram woman that can flip the
oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? We got you know what I'm saying? We got the most beautiful women. You know what I'm saying? You name it, man. Go down in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. Like, you being serious, man? There's no comparison to black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. No comparison, man. That's the reason why we have to come together, because the whole world hates us. There's nobody's gonna accept us. You have to understand, black man. There's nobody gonna accept you other than a Hispanic man. There's nobody gonna accept you. They're niggas like us, which I don't think you can say that on here. They're probably gonna block me again. I don't think you can even say that out here.
They block you for everything.
For everything on Facebook too. I don't know if we can say it out here. It's Salakia.
Like you know,
Captain Salakia on that, man.
Okay, so just to build on with these other nations, you know what I'm saying? We have been like, you know what I'm saying, as the Bible says, praying to these beasts. In the sense that, you know what I'm saying, like they stick together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't. But we let them into whatever that we doing.
Right.
And they steal from us. And they don't want to mix it like that. Like we're supposed to just let them in. Like we're supposed to just, you know, so they have like a right to be wherever we're at.
Right.
For example, I was just watching the video of the Japanese trying to take over the Chicano culture. Yes.
That's very heavy. If you know anything about it, the brother saying it's heavy, man. A lot of the Japanese and Koreans, they're trying to take over the Chicano culture. You know what I'm saying, with the lowriders, and we always kids. You remember those things we used to have, man? Like the Japanese and Koreans are taking that over. You know what I'm saying, just like they do with the Africans. Give you another example. Anybody heard of Burna Boy? What's his name? Is that his name? Burna Boy? Boy? Oh my God, he got them Benjamin sound down pack. I thought he was a Benjamin first. Yeah, I know. Yeah. He got that. Like he took. You know what I'm saying? All these other nations are eating off of us. You know why? Because God said this: we are the salt unto the earth. If you know anything about the salt give everything flavor. Hispanic man give everything flavor. Them Gadites, Native American brothers give it flavor. You know what I'm saying, with the feather in the hair and the style and the fringes on. You know what I'm saying, the black man give it flavor. The way we walk, the way we talk. You know what I'm saying, they cannot deny us, man. We are the children of Israel. This earth belongs to us, and in due time they will see. I'm saying, once again, with I.S.U.P.K coming on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I'm saying, you can find us. We're in I.S.U.P.K, Arizona, man. You can find us at 12416 North 28 Drive. That's 12416 North 28 Drive. You can find us. We have classes from Tuesday through Friday. I'm saying from 7 p.m. usually to about 9 p.m. And then we have it on Saturday. We have a Sabbath service from 11 a.m. to about 1 p.m. Right, bottom up. I'm saying that's what we have our the next. What's the high holy day coming up? Feast of Tabernacle, right?
No, one of the trumpets.
Oh, the blowing of the trumpets
on the 15th.
Yes, on the 15th, right? Blowing the trumpets on the 15th of this month. We're gonna be having our high holy day. You come in, tap in with us. So we'll be on TikTok, we'll be on Facebook, YouTube, we'll be all over, man. I'm saying today's class was to touch on Esau a little bit to see where Esau come from. You have some. Give me the one in First Maccabees before it close out.
Okay.
One, yeah, about Alexander the Greek in First Maccabees.
Okay. 1-1.
Yeah, call First Maccabees 101. Kabbalah, if you can, give me Psalms 137 and 7. Yeah, 137 and 7 for me.
Okay. It's the book of First Maccabees in the Apocrypha, chapter 1, verse 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian.
The Macedonian. If you go look back, the Macedonian come from Esau, come from the Edomites, right? Don't forget, Esau had children, and his children was called the Edomites. They're called Edom, right? Because Esau means red or wasted away, right? So his lineage was called the Edomites. If you go look at the lineage of them and going all the way, leading all the way back, they come from the Macedonians, right? Who saw the movie Alexander with Brad Pitt, or not Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie and what's the guy's name?
That wasn't Brad Pitt.
No, Angelina Jolie and who was it again? Was it Brad Pitt?
I think it was Brad Pitt.
Was it Brad Pitt? It might have been Brad Pitt.
No, not Johnny. That wasn't in that movie.
Johnny. It was some. It was probably Pitt. It was Pitt. One of them, man. One of them. Yeah, one of them. Yeah, one of the wasted ways. But so if you go look at that movie, man, that movie tell a lot. You're gonna find the emblem of the eagle. That Alexander was always right into battle, and this emblem of the eagle that to show that it was Alexander coming. That was their sign, right? Their statue. And then you find out that one thing they're famous for doing is a lot of inbreeding, right? Edomites was famous for that. Famous for that, you know what I'm saying? And you're gonna find that he was sleeping with his mother. Alexander was sleeping with his mother. You go look at the history. Alexander slept with his mother. You know what I'm saying? That was, and he also slept with men. Alexander was a homosexual. That's not mine. Go look at history. History tell you that. I'm saying a lot of people get offended. You know what I'm saying when we say that, but if you go look at the history validate what we're saying. So can you really be mad at us, or are you really mad at history?
Right.
Go ahead, Up.
It's a lot here. Alexander.
Come a little closer, because around TikTok so they can hear you.
So, so-called Alexander the so-called Great was so sodomite engulfed that he wanted to stop his soldiers, because what soldiers did back then, what the Edomite soldiers today still do, which is they go and they ravage women in other nations. And what they did back then, what that caused was now they're creating royal blood.
Correct.
They're creating babies of soldiers that fought close to Alexander, which would mean that they now have to share their inheritance
and wealth. Correct.
Yes. And meaning all the lands they plundered, basically, they'd be doing it for no reason, because if they're ravaging the women of that nation, the wealth is staying inside the nation. Right.
So he rather not his men sleep with other men so they can't bring forth children. Ooh. That is a fact. The Macedonians, go look it up. I'm saying, you have to go look these things up. Don't take our word for it. Let's say we're lying. Fine, go look it up for yourself. Yep. Right? Yep. Let's go look it up for yourself. You got it from you?
Because if I could,
go ahead.
Throw one extra point. No, you go back further. A lot of those Romans and the Macedonians, you go further back, they come from a line of what's called the Idumeans.
Idumea, yeah,
which is what people don't know, is just the Greek word for Edom.
For Edom, yes, that is
so showing that these people are still here.
That's very much true. Like the Macedonians and them come from another byword, or not so much a byword. That's the root word for them in our retrospect. You find out they come from Idumea. Idumea is another word for Edom. I'm saying that's a fact. Yep. Go ahead, Out.
And after that, First Maccabees 1:1, and after it happened, after that, Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes.
King of the Persians and Medes. Go look up now. If you ask yourself this question, how would you be able to link Edom to them? One, you have to go back and find out from the Edom, they were called Esau, right? Then they're called Edomites. Edom, Idumea in the Greeks, right? Then you got to go find out, okay, when they were called Idumea, the little splits and fractions, like you have the Vikings, the Slavics, the Saxons, the Anglo-Saxons, the Franks, and all these different families that broke off from Idumea. And then they're all derived from, today they're called Caucasians. Come the Caucasus Mountain of South Georgia, Russia. That's where they come from. If you look up today, they call themselves Caucasians. That's where they derive from, the Caucasus Mountain of South Georgia, Russia. Right? You find out all these people come from one man, and his name was Esau. Every last one of them. Got a one from Kabbalah? Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 137, verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
The children of Edom that did what?
Who said, raise it.
What's that, raise it?
Raise it means burn it down.
Remember that? Yeah. When they took over, keep going.
Raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
They were saying, burn it to the ground. Burn them, kill them. Right, kill their inheritance, burn their temples. If you notice anything, man, that's something like, if you go look all through history, that's something that the Vikings have done. They come to your land, rape, rob, and burn everything. So that's something that Esau have done from the beginning of time. Just like Cain killed Esau, Cain killed Abel. Esau carried that same spirit. Because don't forget, Esau wanted to kill Jacob.
Right.
Keep going. Go ahead.
So if I could build on what you say, sir, their spirit has so never changed that the desire, the bloodlust that they have has been manifest in situations like, let's say, Tulsa, Oklahoma, aka Black Wall Street, where all they did was go and burn it down.
Right. A lot of the Native Americans, like,
and they just can't stop.
Village, they burn down
on people's lawns.
Right. The Aztecs. Like so they burned the Aztecs villages down and monuments down. They burned down Tulsa, Oklahoma, where our chocolate city, they call them, like, I mean, Tulsa, Oklahoma. If anybody know anything about Tulsa, Oklahoma, go do some history. During the time of the Great Depression, what America was going through in the 20s, right? What it didn't tell you was Black and Hispanic was actually living pretty good. We were the middle, we were the class, we're the working class, so we had money. That's what they didn't tell you. Who was having a Great Depression and who was struggling to survive in that time was the so-called Caucasian man. He was having a hard time. The reason being is because they were lazy by nature. They're lazy people by nature. But the workforce was Black and Hispanics. We were living good. We're living so good. We have a whole city called Tulsa, Oklahoma, a thriving city, a city with such riches and hospitals and how much Black colleges and you know what I'm saying, and Hispanics and banks and all that, buses and tons of agricultures and all that. And what they did, they burned it to the ground because they were having a hard time. Go look at that history. I'm saying that's something that they have always done. That's something that's in their blood from the beginning of time. Hate. It's kind of like before I close the class, it's kind of like that term I say when people say, "Oh, a hater." Esau's been a hater from the beginning. He's been a hater from the beginning. He's been a hater, man. Hating just running his blood. You know what I'm saying, and that's if today they are what's called a Caucasian man. That's who they are today. You know what I'm saying.
I'll give one more description of Esau. Let's know who he is in this world today, right? If you continue reading in Genesis, right, you get to like around the 32nd chapter and things of that. What you realize that, you know, Esau and Jacob made a deal, right? The deal was for Esau to give his inheritance to Jacob, right? Because he was supposedly starving from one of his hunts, right? And when the time for Isaac to pass away, Esau was supposed to keep his end of the bargain and make sure that Jacob got the inheritance, but Esau was going to go get his inheritance. So he's going to renege on his deal.
He wanted to renege on his deal. No honor.
We know that the white man reneges on his deal all the time.
How you know he reneges on his deal all the time? Ask the Native American Indians. Ask the Aztecs. Ask so-called Black America. You know what I'm saying? And with that, I'll say, man, once again, with the I.S.U.P.K coming to 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I'm Officer Apayak, I here in Arizona. You know what I'm saying? And with that, I say shalom. I'm saying I'll say shalom to y'all too on Facebook, man. Once again, like and share the video. I'm saying comment under the video. I'm saying you find us at 12416 North 28 Drive, 12416 North 28 Drive. Shalom.